Welcome to Diski Breaking News. I'm your host Dylan. Today we're going to be looking at some news with regards to Kaizer Chiefs and also Bafana Bafana. Starting off with Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs played a friendly match against TX Galaxy and they lost 3-0. Scorers being Puso Titejani, Simpiwe Mahlangu and Thokozani Spanion. Sticking with Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs targets Ryan Hanamuk sign a 3-year contract with Amazulu, which is a huge blow for Kaizer Chiefs. As far as I'm concerned, I think that Chiefs should be focusing on trying to get Fawaz Basadine, considering the fact that Fawaz Basadine has already handed in a transfer request, meaning that he wants to play for a different club, and we know exactly which club Fawaz Basadine has been linked with. On some positive news with regards to Kaizer Chiefs, Kaizer Chiefs have announced the appointment of former Mamelodi Sundowns scout Thembela Maliwa as a new head of scouting and recruitment. Maliwa had confirmed his resignation from Masandawana on Wednesday, and he has been unveiled at Naturena just one day later. Then let's look at Hugo Broos' 23-man squad, which has been confirmed. They will face Uganda on the 6th of September and also South Sudan on the 10th of September. Then let's make our own analysis with regards to who has been included and who has been excluded. So first of all, we have Williams there. It's not a surprise looking at the fact that Williams is injured. If he wasn't injured, definitely is the first option there in terms of the goalkeeping department. Bruce Buma, not a surprise. Ricardo Kos, Velimoto, Sipochaine. Out of the three goalkeepers, Ricardo Kos, Velimoto, Sipochaine, I think that China deserves an opportunity, looking at the fact that he has played more competitive games than Ricardo Kos, who's usually number 2. And also China has been on some superb form for Orlando Pirates. So I think that Sipochaine deserves an opportunity ahead of Ricardo Kos. Also, Kos is a fantastic player as far as I'm concerned. Very comfortable on the ball, and distribution wise is incredible. So, but I would opt for Sipochaine in this case ahead of Ricardo Kos. Then let's look at the right back situation. Monyane has been excluded. We have Sydney Mobi and Kuliso Mdao. Kuliso Mdao by far the best right back in the country. So obviously it's the first option. And then if you look at Sydney Mobi, I don't think it's the second best right back in the country. So I don't know what Mobi is doing there in that squad, to be honest with you. And looking at his age also, like, it doesn't make any sense that if you're saying you're building for the future or something like that, you would opt for Thabiso Monyane over Sydney Mobi. Sydney Mobi, as far as I'm concerned, I think is 29 years old. Monyane is 24, somewhere there. So since you have the first option as Kuliso Mdao, maybe have the second option as Thabiso Monyane. And also, if I was Thabiso Monyane, I would opt to be loaned out to Stellenbosch or some other club so that I can get game time. Looking at the fact that in his current position, he's competing with the likes of Libito and the newly signed Van Rooyen. So, and also Shandu is still there, so it's going to be an issue for him to get game time as far as I'm concerned. So if I was Thabiso Monyane, I would opt for an option to be loaned out per se. I would go for maybe Stellenbosch or something like that. And then we have Tapelo Morena, fantastic player. Roshin Dotley, I think with regards to Roshin Dotley, is being included so that we can have a balanced maybe centre back of some sort, because he's the only left-footed centre back there. So I think that's the only reason he's been included, because all the centre backs that we have, they're all right-footed. We have Kekane, we have Ngezane, and lastly we have Bodle Lausbisi. So as far as I'm concerned, I think with regards to Roshin Dotley, he's the only left footed center back in that department, meaning that if we wanted to play a flat 3 for whatever reason, maybe we wanted to be more defensive, we would play Rushin Totally on the left hand side. So that's why it's been included. Because Natis BC, fantastic defender, but he hasn't been playing for Orlando Pirates. Because if you look at Orlando Pirates center backs right now, the ones that have been playing, you have Olisanda and Sesana there. So I think that's also Hugo Broos's loyalty towards Kosnatis BC and also Sydney Moby, as far as I'm concerned. Because Sydney Moby, they can always say he has more international experience, but we have Mdao for that, so it doesn't make any sense. Then we have Aubrey Mudiba, who's going to be competing with Fawaz Basadine, because Terence Mashiko has been excluded. So as far as I'm concerned, I would opt for Fawaz Basadine over Mudiba. I know that might come as a shock to most of you. Reason being that if you look at Stellenbosch, when they play, Fawaz Basadine plays in the left back position. If you look at Mamelodi Sundowns, when they play, Terence Mashiko plays in the left position. Aubrey Mudiba plays as a midfielder when it comes to Mamelodi Sundowns. So I don't think we want a midfielder in a position of in a defensive position, as far as I'm concerned. Obviously, Aubrey Mudiba can is a versatile player, can play in both roles and all that type of stuff, but I want someone who plays that position on a regular basis. So I would opt for Fawaz Basadine. And then we have Fukeng there, fantastic player. Oh, I missed out Given Msimango. I wasn't going to include Given Msimango, to be honest, in the first place, but I think they were trying to appease Kaizer Chiefs fans, because they are many in the country. To be honest with you, there are very many in the country, so they were trying to say we've included some of your own. As far as I'm concerned, there are many centre back options that you can put instead of Given Msimango. He's a good player as far as I'm concerned, but we have Kino Pipidu that you could have just selected ahead of Msimango. And then also another player who's been excluded, we have Atenko Simkaba, whom I said last time you could have replaced with Maloisane, as far as I'm concerned, because he plays more consistent. He's always there in the lineup compared to Mkaba. So I would opt for Maloisane in that position. In this preliminary squad, let me just say that. Then we have Khuliso Mdao, Fawaz Basadine, Ngezane. We have Ngezane and Kekana there. I think looking at the options that we have here on the squad, I think that Ngezana and Kekana, they are far the best centre backs that we have compared to Sbisi and Rushin Totally. So I'd opt for Grant Kekana and Ngezana over Totally and Sbisi. So reason being that they're comfortable on the ball. I know that they have played more competitive matches than the other centre backs, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, I'd opt for them as the centre back pairing, Ngezana and Kekana. And obviously you can't skip Mkwena there. The other one who's been X'd out is Magaman. No comment there. I think it's okay. Competition pride. Jaden Adams, fantastic player, one to watch for the future also. Batusi Obas, huge fan of Batusi Obas, but he hasn't been playing for Mamelodi Sundowns recently, so I understand why he's been excluded. And then we have Stole. I think it's consistency. He's trying to keep the core of the team with regards to Stole. Talent Mbata is a new face, which is a good addition as far as I'm concerned. Hlali Mayambela didn't give us much last time, but he's a good player. Luke Leroux, also a good player, but obviously competition. You have to like trim the squad to 23 players, so I don't think it was going to make it. Luke Leroux. Then Tembo Zwane, obviously you can never say it's Bafana Bafana if Tembo Zwane is not there. Devin Titus, competition. Competition, that's why it wasn't included. It's too much competition. Ozwana Police, good addition. Tito Patrick Maswangai, definitely a good player. We need him there in case people like Temba Zwane get injured or whatever. Or maybe they're not performing in that game. You can put Patrick Maswangai or play them both. I don't know what you want to do with the whole thing, depending on the system that we are playing. And then Ikram Reyners, fantastic striker. Elias Mukwana, good addition. Oh, Simon, I don't know that guy. I don't know why he was there. I don't know much about him, so I can't comment. Tapelo Maseko hasn't been playing for Mamelodi Sundowns, so it's not shocking that he is being excluded. And then Elias Mukwana, consistency, trying to keep the core of the team. I don't know. Lyle Foster, a good addition as far as I'm concerned. Very good addition, because he wasn't there when we played. I think it's AFCON, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he wasn't there. And also we have the exclusion of Mahopa and Pesitao. I think the one that caught most people off guard was the one of Pesitao, because Pesitao has always been there in the Bafana Bafana lineup. So I think it has something to do with what's happening there at Al Ahly. I think they're trying to release him to free some space for some more foreign players or something like that. And also, last time when he played competition for Bafana Bafana, he got a lot of backlash and some criticism in terms of like his performance and all that type of stuff. So I think maybe Hugo Bruce is trying to protect him. I don't know. Yeah, because right now we have Lyle Foster, whereas we didn't have him at that time. We had Pesitao, as far as I'm concerned. So I think, yeah.